9 most terrifying words in the English language are, "I'm from the government and I'm here to help."
All right, a warning from Larry Kudlow's guy, as he just said decades ago. And now that same sentiment is back under President-elect Donald Trump. And guess who's here now? Larry Kudlow, host of Kudlow on Fox Business. You know, we always look back at those moments fondly, but we've got Vivek Ramaswamy, Elon Musk, meeting with Speaker Johnson on the Hill. I mean, you know, there's a buzz on the Hill right now. What do you see coming from all of this? I know that while we were watching that play out, you were saying this isn't just about cost cutting, to be clear.
You know, there is going to be a budget side to this and a cost cutting side to this and a RIF side to this, reduction in force. But that's going to take quite some time to pan out. I mean, look, I want them to do as much as they can do and shrink the size and scope of government. But I think, you know, talking to Vivek so many times in recent months as I have, and when you read their op-ed pieces in the Wall Street Journal, so much of this is aimed at curbing the unauthorized, unconstitutional power of the regulatory state. This is about regulations.
Big one.
This is about executive branch regulators who are doing stuff they shouldn't be doing and expanding their payrolls they shouldn't be expanding. That is so important here. And Vivek has said many times they hope to use Supreme Court decisions, EPA versus West Virginia, you may recall, which pinned the ears back of the EPA. And the second one was the so-called Chevron deference decision, which pinned the ears back of every regulatory, every alphabet agency in the government. I think they'd like to eliminate some of these agencies if they could. They're certainly going to try to curb them and downsize them. And they have a fabulous ally in the White House, of course, besides Mr. Trump. Russell Vought is the director of the Office of Management and Budget, a great friend of mine, colleague in the first term. Russ Vought is so onto this. He is so over this. He wants this to hit hard. Inside that is the Office of Information and Regulatory Affairs. Russ Vought is going to be working. I don't know that that person's been named it. So they'll work hand in glove. Trump will give them their backing, and it's going to go. Listen, government is doing stuff it shouldn't be doing, Sandra.
And that's what this conversation is for.
And the worst part of it is they don't even show up for work anymore.
This is where I was going next.
They don't even bother to come to the office, for God's sakes.
I knew you were all into this because this is Joni Ernst. And I said to you earlier, there's probably some workers, government workers, that have been working comfortably from home that are probably pretty nervous about what they're hearing coming from DOGE. This is Joni Ernst on cracking down on federal workers working from home. Listen.
We're not using those buildings. So use it or lose it. And federal employees, you need to earn the right to telework. So what are we going to do? We're going to track your productivity and your activity if you are teleworking. And I've gotten a lot of pushback from the unions on that, but I'm telling you, Elon Musk and Vivek Ramaswamy are here to help us with our goals.
Oh. What an unjust idea. That you're on the government payroll, but you don't show up, and you should show up. Golly, I want to hear what the liberals on the other side of the
You've heard those buildings are empty in D.C.
By the way, they should be empty. Get rid of the whole thing. Lease the buildings. Lease the buildings to private sector businesses and make a lot of money, which will be part of the Vivek Elon operation. They want to take a lot of federal land, federal equipment, federal buildings, and lease it. And make it revenue, get revenues for the budget, for heaven's sakes. There's so much that could be done on that score. So, look, this is big here. In general, like the biggest picture I can draw, less government influence, and on the private side, for all those young men and women, Hispanics, blacks, Gen Xers, whatever, Gen Zers and whatever, they don't have to depend on government anymore. They don't want to depend on government anymore. They want a good paying job.
And they want lower taxes.
Higher take-home pay.
I want to finish off with your column. This is the headline.
This tax thing's
Trump
a problem.
tax cuts 2.0 can't wait. You write, the sooner the president-elect can restore the blue-collar boom, the stronger his political position will be.
Yes, thank you.
We've got a few seconds left.
I'm very unhappy with this early idea that there's going to be one reconciliation bill. They think they're going to get it done in 30 days, and it's not going to include the taxes. That's crazy. I mean, first of all, reconciliation bills are very hard to do. The Republican House has gone by one vote majority or 2 vote majority. House is the problem now, not the Senate. But in general, look, Mr. Trump's base wants higher take-home pay. This is the working class coalition, the blue-collar boom that he promised. And yes, he can deliver, but lowering taxes is so crucial to that. This is Tax Cuts 2.0. By the way, the corporate tax can go down to 15%. Don't forget, small businesses, okay, the provision for the small business deduction, was it the 199 something or other? That thing is crucial to like 95% of small business. And don't forget,
you're fired up, Larry.
Individuals, listen to this. I mean,
I'm listening.
Individuals will get a 3 percentage point reduction in their marginal tax rate.
Huge. It's
maybe
huge.
More. They get a doubling of the standard deduction.
Okay.
They get a doubling of the kiddie tax credit. So you can't risk just waiting later in the year, because then you'll be stuck in 2026 and the whole thing will be repealed. The whole thing will expire. It's insane.
You got to save something for your show tonight.
I'm sorry.
Larry, you're always great.
There's a lot in that tea that was given me. I don't know. I got to check it out later.
Always great. Thank you so much, Larry. We'll see you at 4 o'clock on FBN. All right.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.